Part 14. The gang made it to the Heart's Kingdom the next morning. Everyone was at the courthouse, either as witnesses, members of the jury, or just important or unimportant guests. Most of the members in the jury were mostly anthro animals. The witnesses of the case were all mostly the Mad Four and the other people that Kikko had met on her journey. The important members of the court were mostly all the king and queens and the Queen of Hearts as the judge. The gray rabbit blew his trumpet and spoke. The royal court is now in station by order of Her Majesty. Bring the prisoner forward to the Queen. Two of the Heart Guards came up with the Knave of Hearts in between them with handcuffs in his hands. The Knave looked very nervous as the King and Queen started to glare at him. Announcer, the King of Hearts said to the Grey Rabbit, read the case out to the members of the court. Yes, Your Majesty, said Grey Rabbit, not looking very happy, and pulls out his scroll. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts for all the summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole the tarts. I thought this was Wonderland, not Nursery Rhyme-ville, Cheshire Yapper whispered to Kikko. But your Highness, I didn't steal your special tarts, the Knave said to the Queen of Hearts. The town baker gave them to me secretly. Liar! The Queen shouted. I went to my room and saw that my tart box was opened and there was nothing but crumbs in it. And a tart fell out of your sleeve. I told you, said the Knave, that wasn't one of your tarts. It was the baker's tarts that I gave out to our party guests. The Queen was getting really impatient. We ain't getting nowhere with this. Bring up one of the witnesses. Right, honey, said the King of Hearts. Roll call for the first witness, the March Hare. The March Hare was flirting with one of the royal maids. Then, when his name was being called, March Hare to the witness box, the Grey Rabbit shouted. This time, the March Hare heard his name being called, and he started to walk up to the witness box. Be careful what you say up there, March. The Queen is very stiff, and any wrong word could cost you your head. March Hare turned back and stopped to talk to Kikko. Does that mean you like me? He said, looking all excited, and then one of the guards grabbed March's ear and tossed him to the witness box. March Hare, is it? Said the Grey Rabbit. Yes, it is. Did you forget? What do you have to say about the crime going on here? The Grey Rabbit said again. I'd say nothing, March replied. Nothing whatever? Asked the King. Nothing whatever! Are you deaf? Said the March Hare. Well, that's very important, said the King. Kikko came to the conversation and spoke up. I'm not an English teacher, Your Highness, but don't you mean that's unimportant? Said the King. Maybe you're right, young lady. Jury, write that stuff down. The jury started to write down what has been said to find out if the Knave is guilty or innocent. The Grey Rabbit started to continue to ask March Hare more questions about the crime. So was it true that during the time when the crime was committed, you disguised yourself as one of the guards to sneak into the birthday party which you were officially banned from? Said the Grey Rabbit. Yes, I did, said the March Hare, but I wasn't alone in the plan. My friends, the Really Mad Hatter and the Sneeze Mouse, were there with me. Thank you very much, Hare, said the Queen, looking unsatisfied. You may go back to the visitor's set. Call up the next witness! Court calls the Really Mad Hatter to the stand, the Grey Rabbit said. March Hare went back to the visitors' seats while the guards carried the Really Mad Hatter up to the witness box. Princess Sakya looked down and waved at the Really Mad Hatter. Good luck in court, the court, the announcer is really gonna ask you a lot of questions, said Princess Sakia. Don't worry, love, RM said back. I got something in my hat to help me get them from being in the stand too long. Gray Rabbit got to the really Mad Hatter and said, Really, Mad Hatter? Your hair buddy said that you and him and the Sneeze Mouse snuck into the party and that you weren't invited to and disguised yourself as guards, thinking that it'll be easy without getting caught. Yes, that's true, Really Mad Hatter nodded. But it wasn't my idea. It was the Cheshire Yapper's idea, and we were following his orders. I see, said the Grey Rabbit. There's one more question that needs to be answered from you. What are you hiding under that giant hat of yours? I don't think you'll want to know, the really Mad Hatter said as he holds on the edges of his hat. And never fear, we're not gonna chop off your head if we see what you got in there, said one of the guards ordered. Okay, here you go. He gives the guards his hat. The guards placed the hat on the desk and reached out into it and pulled out a lot of random objects that were in it. My lord, how much stuff do you have in this hat? One of the guards said as he and the other guards started to continue to pull stuff out of the Hatter's hat. Oh, not much, said the really Mad Hatter. Just a few magazines, bleach gear, winter gear, teapots, different color flavored tea mix, extra pair of clothes, bag of peanuts, several board games, and the decapitated head of the Jabberwocky. The guards pulled out the Jabberwocky's head out of the hat and everyone started to shriek out loud. And the Queen of Hearts was most grossed out about the head. Guards, get that nasty hat out of the court and send the Hatter back to his seat to call up the next witness, as she ordered while trying not to look at the head. Yes, Highness. Yes, Highness, said the guards. They took the head out to the court doors and threw it outside and sent the Hatter back to his visitor's seat. Call me. The Hatter looked back and blew a kiss to Sakia before he sat down. Next witness to come up is the Cheshire Yapper, said the king. It's my turn to go up to the witness box. See why, said the Kikko. Wish me luck, babe. And Kikko did a double face palm and aside. This trial is going to take a while to wait for the answer. Cheshire Yapper teleported himself to the witness box to tell their majesties his side of the story. Place your left hand here, the Grey Rabbit told the CY to put his hand in the law book. Do you swear? Asked the Grey Rabbit. I can't. This is a family story. They don't